Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a little contraption that I came up with, which should allow you to save some time when building stuff that requires village stacking. If you're not familiar with village stacking, I highly recommend you to go to Old Guy's channel and check his videos. I will post a link to his channel in the description. This is specifically made for iron farms, but it could also be used for raid farms. What we're going to use is a flying machine, which is this. It's made up of 4 parts. The back part is made up of 2 parts, and it is where we are going to put our villagers. It's our villager pod. And the front part is the engine. It's also made up of 2 parts. So here we have the back of the villager pod. It's very simple, as you can see. And here we have the front of the villager pod, which is also very simple to build. Here we have the back of the engine, and here we have the front of the engine. The front of the engine is built at pushing limit so that it can be stopped by most blocks. Here we're going to use grey concrete. So this here is the finished flying machine. Down here we have a working iron farm. As you can see, there's a golem here which is being destroyed by lava. We have 20 villagers, 20 beds. And to the left of it we have the basis for our second iron farm. So how are we going to proceed in order to create a second iron farm quickly? First, we need 2 villagers, our breeders, which we'll put inside of our second iron farm here. These breeders need to create a new village. In order to do that, they need to be farther than 96 blocks from this village here. Here we are farther than 96 blocks from the village down there, so we can start creating our new village. In order to create our new village, we'll place first a bed on the honey blocks here, and one of the villagers should link to it, as it just happened. And then 10 blocks from this point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have a second place where we can place a new bed. The second villager just linked to this bed because it is closer than 16 blocks, which is the detection range for villagers for POIs, including beds. POIs are points of interest, which are stuff that villagers can detect, such as job blocks, bells or beds. Once this bed is placed, we can place another bed onto the next set of concrete blocks, which again are 10 blocks from these concrete blocks here. And then we can break these blocks here and start the flying machine, which will break one of the beds and allow the villager without a bed to link with this new bed here. Once this is done, we can place another bed onto the next set of concrete blocks, which is again 10 blocks from this set here, break the concrete and repeat the process. The bed is broken, villagers are moved, should link as it just happened. So we can break these blocks, place a bed here, and restart the flying machine, which breaks the bed. And then we wait for the particles to appear, place a bed here, break the concrete, restart the machine. And we're going to repeat that process until we reach the top of our basis for a new iron farm. So let's do this now. Wait for the particles, break the concrete, place a bed, restart the machine. Wait for the particles. Here, break the concrete, place a bed, restart the machine. Wait for the particles. Here, break the concrete, place a bed, restart the machine. And we're almost done, as you can see. Wait for the particles. Here, place a bed, restart the machine. Wait for the particles. Here, place a bed here, restart the machine. And now it's going to be a little different. So we have the particles, so we can break the concrete here, but this time around we're going to place two beds down here. Restart the machine, one of the beds will break, and now we can break this block here, the block onto which the villagers are standing, and they will fall down. And one should link to one of these two beds, which just happened. Once this has happened, you can break this bed here, the other villager will link to the second bed here, and you can place the rest of your 20 beds. Okay, now that this is done, we can destroy the flying machine, for which we have no use anymore. And place job blocks inside of our new iron farm. Our villagers should link to these job blocks fairly quickly, and at this point your second village is up and running, so you can give them food and they will breed new villagers. In the meantime, build the rest of the iron farm. Now at this point you should have 20 villagers. Here I'm obviously creating them with spawning eggs because I'm in creative, but in survival you do that with just feeding them and letting them breed. And here we have our first iron golem in the second iron farm. And normally the iron farm to the right should still be working as well. Oh, we have a cat here, which shows that we have two villages, so two village centers, which are separate, and two villages. So let's wait for an iron golem on the right portion of the stacked iron farms. It's not happening right now, so I think I might have triggered a TS timer doing something at some point, so the right village might only start spawning golems in 20 minutes, so let's wait until this happens. Okay, and here we are back 20 minutes later, and as you can see, the right iron farm and the left iron farm are both producing golems as expected. I don't know what triggered this TS timer. Perhaps the iron farms are a little too close together. But anyways, it works. Let's wait for another golem to spawn on the right side before we move on to the conclusion. And here it is, our golem on the right iron farm, and we have a golem on the left iron farm, which shows that we have two separated village centers. Otherwise we would have golems in the middle. So we have two separated villages, which shows that the village stacking process worked. As you could see, the entire process took place in daytime, full daytime. If you use this method, you don't have to wait for nighttime to occur in order to move your villagers. And what happens if night occurs? Well, theoretically, the villagers shouldn't merge. The villagers, some villagers will miss their beds, but even if they miss their beds, they are too far away from these beds to see them, so they should never merge. They will end up in a loop of missing their bed, delinking, relinking, delinking again, relinking again within their own village without linking to the next village's missing beds in the process. And we can quit the game and relog without issues. So let's get back to noon time. And wait for a few golems or cats to spawn. Here we have a golem on the left and a cat. And here we have a golem on the right as well as on the left, and a cat on the right, which shows that we still have our villages separated. So this is it. I hope you liked this village stacking method, and I hope it will find some uses in your worlds or realms or servers. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to hit the comment section and I will be happy to reply. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.